everyone, so today I am going to be doing a tag video. I have been super swamped with university stuff. My final third year project is due in a week and I'm very stressed out about it. Do you know what? That's not true. I'm actually doing okay. I just need to make sure I stay on top of things and focus. So I have struggled to find the time to make videos a little bit, so I thought what better thing to do today than do a tag video. I was tagged in the Ruler of Books tag by Mel from Books and Wings quite a while ago. I am so sorry it's taking me so long to get around to doing this, and this was originally created by Ariel Bazette, and I will leave them both linked down below in the description. This tag is about what you would do if you were the ruler of books, if you had a kingdom of bookish things to rule over. And the first question is, what book would you recommend everyone read? And I'm going to recommend Girls Will Be Girls by Emer O'Toole. This is one of my favourite books, just favourite books, full stop, ever. This is a non-fiction book about gender theory, gender performativity, and Emer manages to explain really complex concepts of gender in really simple and accessible ways. She tells a lot of anecdotes throughout the book that I think really help to demonstrate what she's discussing. She's really funny, which makes it even more accessible, and she manages to put into words a lot of things that people experience but haven't been able to articulate. I think it's a brilliant book for people who have quite a bit of understanding around gender theory, but also for people that don't have that much understanding or familiarity with it. And I think the world would just be a better place if everyone understood that kind of stuff a little bit more, a little bit earlier. Question 2 is, what would you abolish in book construction? So I really love this copy I've got of Pippi Longstocking. I think it's beautiful, but I do not understand deckled edges. I just don't understand deckled edges. I don't understand why it's favourable to make some pages a little shorter than other ones. What? If somebody that knows about book construction and can educate me about why someone would want to have deckled edges, then please comment down below, because I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Question 3 is, what author would you commission to write you any book? And when I started thinking about this question, the ideas that I came up with made me realise that the book I wanted to be written is the book that I'm kind of currently writing. I'm really interested in writing about Ireland, and I'm really interested in writing about women. And I've never read a book that fully encapsulated my experience of that, of being an Irish woman of this generation. And while what I'm currently writing doesn't quite do that, it encompasses many of the elements of it that I would like to see in a book. I think I would just like Louise O'Neill to write more books. That's all I want. Just Louise O'Neill to write more books. That would be fab. Because she is the person who's come the closest, I think, to capturing that kind of experience. But she does write about teenagers, and I would maybe like something maybe more like about a 20-something-year-old. Question 4 is, what would you denote to the literary basement to make room for more books? Can we get rid of Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe, please? This was a book I had to study last year, and I understand the merits behind studying it and why we studied it, but I thought it could have been replaced by something a bit more interesting. I don't know what I actually got out of reading Robinson Crusoe. I was not compelled to carry on reading it. I wasn't that invigorated by studying it and writing about it, which is pretty unusual for me. For me, Robinson Crusoe is just one of those books, which is like, why would you read that when there are so many other books that you could be reading? You've got limited time, so why bother reading Robinson Crusoe? Question 5 is, what cover artist would you commission to make you a mural? I really like the cover designs done by Coralie Bickford Smith, who designs the Penguin English Library books. I love them so much, although I don't know if they'd make like a good mural. I massively love the design of this book, and that is The Map and the Clock, which is a poetry anthology put together by Caroline Duffy and Gillian Clark. I think it's one of the most beautiful books I own. I think it's stunning. I'm not sure if I can find who designed the book, but it says textual artwork was by someone called Stephen Raw, but there doesn't seem to be anything that specifies cover design. I don't know if they're the same thing. Cover designs is one of the reasons that I love having physical books. I think it's about supporting an artist, you know? You're not just supporting the author of the book. There are so many people that go into the construction of a book that you don't often think about, and I think those that design book covers are people that are really easily forgotten, despite having such a massive impact on the popularity of a book or why we pick up a book. Anyways, I'm rambling now. The next question is, what character's face would you like to put on a coin? And I would definitely put Dorothea Brooke from Middlemarch, because I love her with all of my heart. She's intelligent, she has perseverance, she manages to work the rigid system of which she's into something she can use to her advantage. Dorothea is kind and generous, and I think there's no better person for me to put on a coin. Also, I think she's vastly underrated as like a classic literary heroine. The final question is, who would you award the Ruler of Books Prize 2016 to? And I'm going to change this slightly, and I'm going to talk about one of the best books that I've read in 2017, because 2016 has been over for quite a while. That shows how long it has taken me to do this tag. And I'm going to talk about a book that I loved reading fairly recently. In fact, I haven't even hauled or spoken about this book anywhere yet. But that is Women in Sport, and that is a follow-up to Women in Science by the same writer and illustrator. Women in Sport takes you through a number of key figures throughout the history of women's sports. It looks at the achievements and impacts that these women have had in their various different fields and disciplines, the challenges they have had to overcome. I was sent an e-arc of this on NetGalley. I don't think this one is even out yet, but I really want to pick up a physical copy because it is just such a beautiful and important book, I think. Illustrations were absolutely fantastic and really complemented the subject matter. Women in sport is a topic that I really, really care about as well. It's something that I'm really interested in. So it doesn't happen often with e-arcs that I am sent, but I would really like to pick up a physical copy when it comes out. That shows how much I loved it. All of the awards to that book, please. So yeah, that is it for the Ruler of Books tag. I'm not going to tag anyone specific because I feel like most people on BookTube have already done this. But if you are one of the few people that haven't yet, consider yourself tagged. That's it from me today, but I hope you're all well, and I will talk to you guys soon.